This episode of Threadbanger is brought to you by T-Mobile.
Hey, what's up everyone? Threadbanger here at the 2008 American Sewing Expo.
Things are getting a little crazy here. We're gonna go check it out.
Hello, my name is Janet Prey, and we're here today at the American Sewing Expo, held annually in Novi, Michigan. We've been doing this show for about 15 years, and we developed it for fiber arts enthusiasts. Fashion sewing, quilting, needle felting, knitting, it's all here. We brought in, of course, the threadheads from Threadbanger, and they worked in the Reconstruction Zone, where people took old blue jeans and made new things out of them. So it was a real green project, and it was a lot of fun. One of the biggest events here at the American Sewing Expo was our second year of Baby Lock Passion for Fashion Challenge. Very similar to a Project Runway challenge, but it's live. So on Friday morning of the expo at 8 o'clock, they got their secret challenge, $100 to go out on the exhibit floor. They bought all their fabrics and notions for the event. They had 2 days to sew up these garments. And then there was a big fashion show last night where the winners were announced. We're going to do it again next year. So you aspiring designers, go to AmericanSewingExpo.com and join the challenge.
Fashion is happening.
So here we are with the Sisters of Harlem. Tell us your names.
I'm Carmen Weber.
Carmia Marshall.
So tell us about your new book.
Well, we have Denim Mania, which focuses on the reconstruction of denim, existing denim, and it also talks a little bit about the history of it.
We also have a book called T-Shirt Makeover. It's the same concept, taking old T-shirts that you have in your closet and making something fun and fresh and funky.
And also, too, look out for Chic Sweats, which is going to be our reconstruction of sweats and hoodies, and that comes out spring of next year.
That's awesome. There's a lot of old sweatshirts out there that need some loving.
I have been surfing the internet and I've been seeing this stat since I've been here at the American Sewing Expo that out of the 9 million tons of clothes that are being thrown out, only 2 million tons are being recycled. So that's a lot of waste. So this is kind of a way to give back to where we live, take care of our earth, as well as make something that's really sentimental and fun and funky. And it's really cool because these are things that you're doing yourself, so it makes it even more powerful.
You were on Project Runway. That's super exciting. What season and how was the experience for you?
It was season 4. I was with Christian. Fierce. And it was a brilliant experience, very intense, of course, because you're working under circumstances that are not realistic at all. But I was really honored to be on that season because all the designers had a certain amount of integrity, even though it got crazy. And we had our challenging moments where they pull each other's eyes out. But still a lot of love there. We all still keep in touch, and I wouldn't exchange that experience for anything in the world.
Hey, what's going on? So we're hanging out in Reconstruction Zone with
Audrey from Threadbangers, better known as Rainbow Shoelaces.
Rainbow Shoelaces, ladies and gentlemen. We have her exclusively on the show. You were in the fashion show earlier. Explain what was going on.
Well, I made a dress and I couldn't find any fabric that I liked, so I screen printed the design myself.
And where'd you learn how to do that?
From Threadbangers.
Bam!
I've got 2 boys. 3 if you count my husband. I hear from them at least once a mile, so I need my phone to work. Most companies promise good coverage, but T-Mobile proved my signal strength on their website street by street before I signed up, which is important if someone can't find their binky. When it comes to my coverage, T-Mobile works great.
Let T-Mobile prove your signal strength in all the places that matter to you.
So we are standing here with Christy from Back to Back Fiber Products. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
I like to incorporate some recycled materials into my yarns. This yarn that we have right here is made out of recycled denim. I like to recycle leather, old leather coats, cut up into strips, add a lot of extra texture and whatnot into my yarns and make them a little more fun and a little more interesting. There's endless reasons why to recycle something, repurpose, reuse, reduce, and I'm all about that for sure.
I cannot wait to make myself a new pidge scarf with this material. I'm so excited!
Hey, what's going on? We're hanging out at the Reconstruct Zone with special guests, and you may remember them from a couple weeks ago, the winners of the Threadbanger Janome Sewing Machine. Introduce yourselves.
Zach Hutchinson.
And Kirsten Hall.
And you actually brought a couple supplies, and you're going to be doing a little lesson, right?
Yeah, some t-shirt reconstruction sort of thing.
We are so DIY.
Fantastic. You want to get to it?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
All you need for this project is a long sleeve flannel
And an old t-shirt.
First, you're gonna need to measure your long sleeve shirt from the buttons down to make sure that the button line is longer than the t-shirt. So you can cut it off right here.
And then we're gonna cut down the middle of the t-shirt and cut off the sleeves of the t-shirt.
Now that you've cut off your sleeves and cut a line down the shirt, now it's time to go to your long sleeve shirt.
First, we want to cut off the sleeves, but we want to leave the seams on since we cut the seams off of the t-shirt.
Now, we need to cut down the buttons. Keep them buttoned. It'll make it a lot easier.
Unlike Zach, we want to leave some seam allowance on the buttons.
Now, you've got your buttons and your sleeves. All that's left is you have to make the hood. We're going to measure the collar of the t-shirt to the bottom of the back of the long sleeve shirt. Looks like just about enough. Mark it up. Make the pattern for the hood like this. I'll show you.
You can go back to the Scuddy episode of Threadbangers to find out more detailed instructions on how to make this hood. We kept the seams on the sides, that way we don't have to make a seam there.
So now that you've cut out the hood, you're gonna fold it over, pin along the top right here, and also pin the collar right here.
Next we want to line up the sleeves, the t-shirt sleeve with the flannel sleeve. Make sure you line it up really, really good so that there's not any gaps or holes or anything. Now we unbutton our buttons and pin each side to each side of your t-shirt.
Make sure that your buttons line up, and then we're off to the sewing machine.
We have mile-high stacks of stuff to sew with this, so we're gonna get on it right now. Bye guys, we'll send you what we did.
Hey, that's it from the American Sewing Expo. We're headed out of here, but you don't want to miss, starting next week for the entire month of October, it's all of our Halloween craziness. You don't want to miss it.
Till then, see ya.
Hey, what's up everyone? Rob and Corinne here at Threadbanger.com, urging you to, if you haven't already, to register to vote.
Because if you don't do so soon, you won't be able to participate in one of the country's most important elections ever.
Head on over to voteforchange.com to register, to see if you're registered, and for absentee ballot information. It only takes a few seconds.
So check it out and make your voice heard.
See ya.